Good morning, and for our devotions today, I was going to take the psalm for this coming Sunday and just talk about that a little bit. This is Psalm 80, beginning with verse 7. I want to read that psalm for you for our devotions this morning. Restore, O God of hosts, let your face shine upon us, and we shall be saved. You brought a vine out of Egypt. You cast out the nations and planted it. You cleared the ground for it. It took root and filled the land. The mountains were covered by its shadow, and the towering cedar trees by its boughs. You stretch out its tendrils to the sea and its branches to the river. Why have you broken down its wall, so that all who pass by pluck off its grapes? The wild boar of the forest has ravished it, and the beasts of the field have grazed upon it. Turn now, O God of hosts, look down from heaven. Behold, and tend this vine. Preserve what your right hand has planted. It's a wonderful psalm. I guess it'll kind of coincide with my message for Sunday, but this whole idea of Israel being this vine plant that God brought out of Egypt and planted in good fertile soil, and how the people turned away from God, and it's as if God has turned his face from them as well, and now they are not taken care of, they are not tended, and the planting has been ravaged by other things. And often that's what happens when we start turning away from God. It seems like God disappears, but more importantly, everything else seems to be encroaching on this life that we had. And this life now becomes, I love the idea of the wild boar ravaged it and the beasts of the field have grazed upon it. It's like all these foreign stuff just start taking over. And pretty soon it's not even recognizable as a beautiful vineyard or a beautiful vine plant anymore. My encouragement is to remember that God does tend and God does water. God brings his grace, his blessings to us. And we sometimes forget about that. But the invitation then is to go back and invite. I think this is what the author of the psalm is doing, is look upon us again. Take another look. Go back and bless us again. Sometimes we just expect God to do something, but I like the psalmist taking responsibility for that and inviting God to come and be a part of his life again. And maybe that's the prayer that we have, even as we're going through COVID-19 and as we are struggling through this time, especially this election year, that we just invite God to come back and be a part of our lives, and to touch us again with his goodness and his grace. So I'm going to invite you to bow your heads in a word of prayer. We'll invite God to be a part of our lives this week. Gracious God, thank you for the image of the vine that needs to be tended and pruned and watered, and we ask that you might come and be that kind of power and shape, and tend us with your grace, tend us with your love, tend us with your forgiveness, and then change us so that we can be that place, that vineyard, and that vine that nourishes all of life. We ask that you would bless our time this week. Be with us as we go about our day, always constantly aware of our need and our desire to be the vine that you love and tend. For all these things, for anything else that you know that we need, we ask your protection and your grace. Amen. You have a good week, and enjoy life. Getting colder, but it's a good life. Take care.